Hello guys, it's Josh from STNDRDfilms. I've had a couple of requests from people asking to do some tutorials on post-production kind of stuff, and I was kind of thinking, what's going to be most appropriate, what should I start with? And I decided that first I'm going to do colour grading. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do some basic colour grading for DSLR footage in After Effects. Okay guys, so the first thing you want to do is open up After Effects, and I should mention a quick tip for when you're recording your footage when you're out wherever you're shooting is most DSLRs will have the function to turn down in your recording options your saturation, your sharpening and stuff like that, and really you want to have them all the way down or one notch from the bottom, because what DSLRs tend to do is, because they're consumer products, they will add sharpening and bring the contrast up and bring the saturation up just to make the images look better for consumers who aren't editing their footage in professional software. But seeing as we're going to be doing that, what you want to do is turn that all the way down, and basically this gives you a flatter image and it preserves the details throughout the image, so it just allows you to push it that bit further in colour grading. So what you want to do is find your clips, so import that into After Effects and drag it down. So now you've got your clip. This is from a music video I shot just the other day, and as you can see just around here the image is very kind of grey and it's very flat, and that's preserved all the details on the shirt, on the guy's face and stuff like that. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this in both Magic Bullet looks and just curves in After Effects. So I'll start with just After Effects. First thing you want to do is go over to your effects and presets, type in sharpen, and what I'll do is drag that onto the clip, and I tend to add maybe just about sharpening amount of 5 just to crisp up the image that bit more. Then type in curves and pull curves down onto your clip. Now the first thing you want to do is, this is curves, so further down the graph you go, that's the level of kind of light you're affecting in your clip. So the first thing you want to do is just drag a slight curve into the bottom like that, just to the colour correcting term being crush the blacks, so you're just giving a bit more contrast in those dark areas. And then you can mess around with it all really. For this clip I'm probably going to leave it somewhere around there. Just bring it up just a little bit. Now the look I'm going for with this footage is a kind of retro kind of, a lot of the music videos recently have a very kind of vintagey kind of look to them. So one way to do that is in the drop down menu, go to red, at the bottom pull it down just a little bit, and just at the top you want to pull it up. So already that's starting to look a bit better. Go into green, and just right in the middle just put a slight downwards kind of curve, and then go to blue, take the very bottom of that curve and drag it up just slightly like that, and the very top just down a bit, so like that. So that's got a very kind of old filmic look to it now. And so that's fairly simple like that. I mean, other things you can do is vignetting. You can do that by, the way I tend to do it is I'll create a new solid at the bottom, make black, make font size, and then I'll mask around roughly where I want the vignette to go, like that. Apple, that isn't right. Then go to mask, inverted, just like that. Click on the black solid, press M, sorry, F even. You can fill up the mask just a bit, and then press T and bring the opacity down. And basically then that just allows you to play around with where you want the vignette to go and all sorts, but that's a very bad one from me. If you have Magic Bullet looks, which the way I prefer to do it is select your clip again, go to Effect, Magic Bullet looks, and press Edit. So that will bring up this funky looking screenness. So in here, Magic Bullet is a lot better for grading your footage. You've got all these different options: subject, matte, lens, camera, post, and each have their own set of controls. So for example, if your subject wasn't lit properly, you can add some more fill light or whatever. The way I'm going to do it is you go over to lens, go into vignette, drag that down, and this is a better interface to do it really, and you can kind of just play around with where you want that to go. So I'm going to leave it about there. You've also got some cool stuff. You can add anamorphic flares. It wouldn't look right on this clip, but there's lots of options there. Then go over to post, drop down curves again, and it's very much the same kind of drill again. Just play around with how you want it to look. Bring that very curve down, go up a bit, green. Again, I think colour correction is very much trial and error. You're only going to get better at it as you kind of play around with your footage and just see what looks best. And you know, after a while, you'll develop a certain knowledge about styles. For example, I know how to do this vintage-looking style now, so I can apply the look to all of my clips. So that's what that looks like. What I would go on to do after this is I've gone crazy with optical flares recently. I'm not going to show you how to do that today, but I'll do that another day. But you can add sun flares in, all sorts, and it all looks very cool. So I hope this has been somewhat helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below the video. And yeah, I'll see you next time.